Nice to see you too. Welcome to class.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we'll get started in just a minute. We should have a full class today. So, let's see. Hogian, hello.
Hi again.
How are you?
Yeah, good so far.
Good. Glad you're here for this class.
Okay.
All right. And Natasha, hello. We'll come back to Natasha. Raphael, hello.
Hello, Steph.
How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. You?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad you could make it for this class. Let's see. Rebecca, hello.
Hi again.
Welcome. Glad you're here for another lesson.
Yeah.
Good, good. And Philip, hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good,
Thank
good.
you.
Glad you can make it for this lesson. Natasha.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How are you today?
Hello. I'm fine, thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Glad you're here.
It's nice.
And last but certainly not least, Anna Carolina, welcome.
Thank you, teacher, and thank you for not least.
Good. Glad you're here. All right, so this is speaking practice. And let's see, just a reminder, when you are not speaking, just keep your mic muted, and that will help the sound for everyone. All right, so this class, is speaking practice. The idea behind this class is to give you the chance to speak about a topic, to respond to several different questions about one topic. So this is modeled after language speaking assessments. So like the Cambridge exam, for example, if you have to take a speaking test in English, you'll get a variety of questions about a topic, and you just have to talk about that topic. So this is kind of the idea behind the class. It's a fluency-based class, so I won't spend time on error correction. But if you have a question, or of course if there's a miscommunication, we'll address that as it goes. But otherwise, I will not do any error correction. But as always, please ask about anything, any of the vocabulary at any time. And that's about it. So with that, let's get started. And today's topic, not my favorite topic, but might be useful. Today's topic is business. So I'm just kind of going in order. Every time I do this class, I just go down the line. So today we are on business. And the first question is, are there any companies you wouldn't work for? So any companies that you would not take a job with for any reason. And today I think I'll ask if there's a volunteer who would like to go first.
May I?
Yes, please go ahead, Anna Carolina.
Okay, yes. Companies that are famous for hiring people for a short period of time, such as a company nearby called Brasfels. They are always misleading people because they tell them that they can have a huge career path there, but it's not true. All the time they have layoffs and they just hire people um, temporarily. Can I say?
Yep, temporarily. In fact, we call those temp agencies.
State agencies.
For sure.
Yes, and also some companies that I know, they are dishonest, you know, that are involved in scandals with politicians, kickback schemes, and things like that. Because I think it could, how can I say, ruin my reputation, maybe.
Yeah, good.
Because, uh, well, maybe I'm not right, but I I think if I accept working in such kinds of companies, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, so if working for a dishonest company, you might ruin your reputation as an honest person. Yeah, good, interesting. So it sounds
Maybe
like
teacher, because I know some people who work for this kind of companies and they are honest. They have nothing to do with the scandals, you know,
Mhm, mhm.
because they have a bunch of employees. I like Petrobras. Have you heard about?
No, what is it?
It's a powerful oil rig company
Mhm.
here in Brazil, which was involved in a scandal,
And what happened?
a bribery scandal, and some politicians were involved. Even the president, Dilma Rousseff, was in charge of something there.
Wow, yikes.
Some people were accused, but as usual,
Mhm,
here in Brazil, everything ends in pizza, you know.
mhm, mhm. Wow, yeah, so that's definitely a type of corporation I would not want to work for either. Scandalous. Great answer. Thanks for sharing. We'll move to the right. So Anna, how about you? Are there any companies you wouldn't work for?
No, I agree with Ana Carolina, but I can't answer this question because I've never worked in a private enterprise. I only worked as a civil servant for 40 years.
Okay.
I haven't answered for this question.
Yeah, so you wouldn't work for any companies because you would work
No,
for the public
no,
sector.
yes,
Good. All right, great. And maybe for some of those same reasons.
yes.
Great, good answer. Thank you. So moving on, Carlos, your turn. Are there any companies you wouldn't work for?
Okay, yes. For example, in this moment or nowadays, I wouldn't work in Trump Corporation for this problem for the Trump wars, the NetSuite, I think that he said that are against the Mexican immigrants in USA, and for this reason, Univision uh, don't support her business or her transmission of some TV shows. I don't know.
Mhm.
So I think that kind of people is not their image or that he wants to transmit to her employees is not good.
Good. Yeah, I agree. That's somewhere I would never work either because I disagree with the message or the image they're projecting. Good.
Yes.
Good. Great answer. Well said. All right, Hoagie, and how about you? Any companies you wouldn't work for?
Yeah, I heard that many part of the problems, the people doesn't want to work for some companies. They have a problem with the people, like a manager or coworker or someone who manages people. So I think if the either manager or coworker doesn't respect uh, me my work and my time spending, and I may not really want to work for the company. And also the the amount of the paid is also very important, I guess. If you spend a lot of your efforts on it, but if you do not really get much money that uh, for the efforts, then you will be discouraged. So there are a lot of other issues, but I think those two things are much more important than the others.
Good,
So,
good.
yes, in short, like a relation between the people in the workplace and also the amount of the pay.
Good. I'd agree. Those are probably the two most important factors when considering a position with any company. Nice, well said. Mustafa, hello, welcome.
Hello, teacher. Welcome you.
How are you today?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
Great, great. All right, so our topic today is business, and it's your turn. The question is, what are there any companies you wouldn't work for?
If there are any company I wouldn't work for, would be um, maybe because my little experience actually, not my long experience, because I don't have a lot of experience in that area. It would be like construction company, teacher, construction company, and especially the company who just started, because they might have like some problems when they began and when they start working. They when I started to work in one of the company before, uh, they have like a lot of problems, like a lot of things they miss, and they want to prepare and begin from the zero. So during this period of time, they have a lot of issues they want to fix. So if you get hired in this particular time, you might face some problems, and you might face some uncomfortable times. So I don't like to. And also, by the way, construction company. When I talk construction company, maybe because small company, like it's not like a service company, or not a service company, like sometimes managed company, like the company above the service company. So construction is, if I want to classify it, uh, I can classify it below the service company. So they might be like a small group of companies. They work under the service company. They work under the managed company, the management company. So this kind of company, I don't prefer to work with, but sometimes you have to do to work for them. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting, interesting. I never thought about that with construction companies before. Interesting. Good, thanks for sharing.
Welcome.
Great. Natasha, how about you? What companies wouldn't you work for?
It's a difficult question for me because I have never thought about it previously because I always work for government companies, I mean organizations. But maybe I would like to work for companies with a very easy fire their coworkers and find instead them other people. And in this case, I wouldn't like to work with in the company the people works without something assurance. Also, maybe I wouldn't work for a company with aggressive goals. For example, creative and produce maybe something bacterial weapons and like them something.
Good. So it sounds like it's really important to you what the company does and how.
Yes, sure. And the impression for people, for the coworkers, and the conditions of work for these people.
Yeah, that's very important. How do they treat their workers? Good, great. Thanks for sharing. Next up, Philip, how about you? What companies wouldn't you work for?
Yes, teacher, I've been a civil servant for a long time, many years, and up until some weeks, I've been working with for a call center. So I didn't like the experience because there are too much disorder there. Many people are in one room, lot of misbehaving, and brief. I would not like to repeat that experience again. I don't like call centers.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible experience.
Yes.
Yeah, I had a similar, I worked for 1 week in a call center and I hated it. I couldn't do it. It was terrible. So good to know that's not the job for you.
Yes.
Great, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yes, good. Raphael, how about you? What companies wouldn't you work for?
My thoughts are really kind of similar to Mustafa's, and I wouldn't like to work for startup companies because unfortunately, there are lots of entrepreneurs who think they are aware about the trends of the market, but unfortunately, the global market it's quite unstable nowadays. So it's hard to establish a company. Lots of companies they close down before their first year of business in business. So I'd like to work for a company in which I can feel secure about my job position and working for a company which uh, and I look forward. I look 5 or 10 years ahead, and I see a future there, and then I see they can evolve. They can in which they can evolve. They can grow into the market. And furthermore, in these companies, these startup companies, we have to do multitasking. Sometimes uh, I think I would have to do a lot of tests, different tests, and unfortunately, I don't think I would be recognized by that. So that's why I would like to choose a better, well-established company instead of startup companies.
That's a good thought. Startup companies don't have the organization or resources to run smoothly. Good, nice, great. Thanks for sharing. And last but not least, Rebecca, are there any companies you wouldn't work for?
Well, I've never think about it, but to be honest, I've never ruled out to work for a company. I don't care. I don't mind the policy or the way of the company. It has, it's not. If I'm not happy, I don't care. I would play or I would consider funding a new one, as long as I get a good money. If I
Good.
wouldn't, I mean, if I wouldn't be happy, I just change the job, but imagine I'm not working, I'm an employee, and I need a job. So I just, I could rule out a job.
Yeah, a job is a job, and
Yeah.
when you need money, sometimes we have to do jobs we wouldn't want.
Yeah.
Good points. Well said. Great. All right, nice work, everyone. That was our first question. We'll try to get as many in as we can in the hour. So the next question, so the opposite, are there any companies you would like to work for? So specific companies or just the qualities you look for in a company? And we'll start this time with Anna. You're up first.
Me, teacher?
Yes, yes.
Okay. I would like to work for any company who pay a good salary, where I could feel happy with classmates, with my boss. The company could have a good reputation.
Good, good. Yeah, those are very important things to keep in mind when looking for a job, right?
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Good, that's a good list. I'm looking for a job right now. I should write these down as we go and use them in my job search.
Okay.
Great, very nice, Anna.
If you are looking for a job now, the question for you is, would you rule out a company because you don't like it?
Oh, no, I like working for Verbling, but it's like a side job. I need a
Yeah, I know what you mean, but imagine you wouldn't have any job, and you have an offer, imagine, and would you say no? I'm not going to get the job because I don't like that company. What would
Yes,
you?
exactly. I would probably take any job I could get at this point.
Yeah. And then in the future you'll have time to change it, but at least you are getting money monthly.
Yep, and so then you can have some time to look for another job without worrying about money.
Yeah.
Yes, great. All right. How about Carlos? Carlos, what are there any companies you would like to work for?
Okay. I think it's interesting on working in, for example, Google.
Mhm.
For me, Google is the best company around the world in the technological industry. The benefits. I listen that Google has a lot of benefits for their employers. For example, their payment is very competitive if it is compared or in contrast with their industry. In the second hand, the time that you have to work. I understand that, for example, the 80% of the time the employee has to work in specific activities. The 15% the employee can develop some personal project, and the last 50% have do everything that the person wants, personal activities or I don't know, whatever kind of activities. In To conclude, I think it's excellent company, and besides Google and a lot of projects or activities in order to help community people develop maths for some countries that not have a good I don't know, roads or ways to communicate or to search information, or in the education, the sort, for example, does try to communicate people from different countries, by internet, or give to the some communities internet free. So it's very interesting company. There are a lot of things to do there.
Good. Yeah, I've heard a lot of really good things about
Maybe
Google.
would be a challenge. Yes, that maybe be employee for Google.
Yeah, that's a good challenge. You should reach for that goal. And get me a job there if you ever get hired. um, Great. All right. Excellent. And Hogian, you're up next.
Okay. Yeah, I think everybody think that the good company is providing like good salaries and also provide either breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well, and a lot of good healthcare insurance plan, and sometimes they provide a couple of days of work from home, so you don't have to really go to the workplace, and you can work from home with your computer and internet. And also, I heard that some company they really strict with what time you're coming in and what time you're going out. So that's the restrict the people's the freedom. So I really want to work that kind of companies that allow us to have free to come in and free to go out. They don't really check what time they come in and go out, and so everything should be left or the employee decide what they're going to do. Absolutely, they have to manage it, the performance. So they have to based on the performance, not like how long they are working in the company. So I think the many of the technical companies they are allowing the employees do their own job themselves. So I think that's about it.
Great.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Great. Well said. Yeah, that sounds like a great company to work for. Some really good perks to working there. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. All right. Next up, Mustafa. Are there any companies you would like to work for?
Yeah, there are some company I would like to work for, like for example, service company. Like service company, like you can get a lot of experience in the short period of time. For example, in honor company, you can get experience in service all company. You can get experience in short than them. Like for example, the experience you get in 10 years you in service company, you can get it by 5 years, like almost maybe the half period of time, because maybe it keep you in touch. It keeps you in touch with tools, with work, with a lot of things. Like they put you in the real world, maybe in the owner company or something like that. I am talking about industry, like for example oil. They maybe work on a program or stay work far away from the field, but in the service they work on the reality. They hired or they work for the owner company, so all the work may be on their shoulder. So the worker maybe keeps in touch or keep in touch with the tools, with the materials, with a lot of things. So you can get experience in a short period of time. So I prefer to work for service company. And also they offer like some special courses to training courses maybe. So you get a certificate, you got a lot of knowledge in good period of time.
All right. Sorry about that. I was muted. Nice, Mustafa. Thank you. What company was that again?
I said not specific company, but general classify under service company.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really
Yeah,
considered that.
yeah, service oil company. Like for example, we have like owner company, owner or the who has the money, who has everything. Owner oil company. Like for example, Shell, British Petroleum. Um, for example, service oil company like Halliburton, like Oil Serve, like Schlumberger, these kinds.
Okay, great, interesting. So many jobs I've never even considered in my life. Nice, thank you. All right, Natasha, you're up next. How about you? What companies would you like to work for?
Okay, firstly, I would like to work for something medical companies or a company because I have medical education. So in this case, I will have interest by working there. Secondly, all guys said about it before. It will very good work for a company with companies will take care about the workers. I mean, good salary, good work conditions. Insurance, care, health, the workers. Maybe basically it's that's all.
Good. So in the healthcare industry, interesting. Good. Great. Thank you very much. Philip, you're up next. Are there any companies you would like to work for? Philip, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, sorry about that. Your turn. Are there any companies you would like to work for?
Yes, I would like to work for a company that recognize my qualifications and that have a good good package of advantages and who pay well the salaries is workers and who take care of their health and that has a policy of education permanently. That's what I would like to work for.
Oh, cool. So it sounds like companies that help people, that really have look for meaningful employment.
Yes, yes.
Nice. Good. Great. Same with me. All right, Rebecca, you're up. Are there any companies you would like to work for?
Well, any company, as long as the position were very good, you know.
Yeah, so as long as as long as they're paying enough.
Yeah, no, well, paying enough, yeah, and my my position in the company were a good one. Imagine, no working. I mean, in a good. I don't know if the word is position, no position. When you are working in a company, there are different steps, you know.
Mhm.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you can go up in a position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So a company with lots of room to move up or to expand your job, maybe get paid more. Good. All right. Great. Thank you. And Anna Carolina, your turn. Are there any companies you would like to work for?
I'd like to work for Google because they have slides instead of stairs, and it would be fun. They have a snacks machine, and they have that kind of colorful bags and so on. Okay, that's all.
Okay, great. Yeah, Google sounds like a very fun company to work for. If only I knew anything about technology. All right, great job, everyone. And that was everyone for the second question. Should be able to get a few more in. So let's continue. Our next question. Have you ever worked for a big company? And let's, for all of us who maybe work not in the business sector, but in the public sector or public service, you can tell us about a big organization you worked for. So it doesn't have to be a company necessarily, for those of you who are not in business. And this time, up to start first is Carlos. Carlos, have you ever worked for a big company?
The answer is yes. Now I work in a pharmaceutical company. The enterprise is not too big, but the owners has a group with several companies in this industry. So they have branches, I think, in 5 or 6 countries in Latin America.
Wow, so that sounds like that was a really big company.
My company, not really, but the owner has a big organization with several companies.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So yours was one of the smaller companies.
Yes. For example, my company develop or produce the raw material for another company
Mhm.
with the same owner. You know. And that company, this give or I don't know how to say that, sales
Mhm.
for another branch in another country, but with the um, with the same owner.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, so this owner, it sounds like this owner owns lots of different companies.
Yes.
Interesting.
The owner, the big owner, okay, the CEO or no, is not a corporate industry. It's a family industry, but they have all the change. They have various company of the change of pharmaceutical industry. Yes, since the beginning, from raw material to drugs for humans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so they work, they cover everything from getting the initial materials all the way to producing the drugs. That's
Yes.
wow. Yeah.
Yes.
So I imagine that is a lot of organizations or a lot of companies. Wow.
Yes.
Great. All right. Thank you for your answer. Great answer. And Mustafa, you're up next. Have you ever worked for a big company?
Unfortunately, I haven't worked for a big company yet. Uh, so I don't know how to answer this question. Okay. So, yeah, I haven't worked for a big company yet.
Okay. So then I guess just no, not yet. Do you want
Yeah,
to in the future?
I want in the future, of course, anyone want to work for a big company because give you a lot of privilege and a lot of advantage. Maybe they give you a lot of courses, a lot of I don't know, maybe contracts, maybe permanent jobs. So don't this is different from working for not a small company where maybe they will lay you off or maybe because of economic issue or something like that. Big company, this issue is limited for them. Like maybe they don't lay off their employees or something like that. That's why I prefer working for a big company.
Yeah, yeah, they might be they have more resources to share and more ability to treat their staff well. Great. Well, I think you should look for a job at Google when you get there.
Exactly. you.
Great. Natasha, you are up. Have you ever worked for a big company?
Yes, nowadays I work in the Republican Scientific Practical Center of Public Health. It is really I can't say that it's a company, it's a doesn't private company, I mean it's state organization, but it is really big organization, it's head organization of our republic, and we create and provide preventive measures for protect health our inhabitants and children and adolescents in this case as well. So also we manage work a smaller company which provide such measures which we created before it.
Wow, wow. So that sounds like important work.
Yes, maybe too. But firstly, I really like it. It's very interesting for me, and I can't imagine something another job for me.
Oh, nice. Good. Well, good. I'm glad you're happy there, and thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Good, great. All right, moving right along. Philip, have you ever worked for a big company?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I work just for my ministry, my government. I've never worked for a big company.
So, but working for the government was it a big system?
Well, yeah, very big system, very big.
Yeah. Working for the government, there's almost no bigger company.
Yeah.
Good. Nice, nice. Great. And Rebecca, how about you? Have you ever worked for a big company?
No, I've never work for a big company. I always work for small and family business, you know. So I never have the chance.
Nice. All right. And good. All right. So no big companies. Can be
No,
nice
no.
to work in smaller places too.
Mhm.
Great. All right. And Ken has joined us. Hello.
Yes, hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. So we're just doing some basic speaking practice for fluency. The topic today is business.
Mhm.
And it is your turn. Have you ever worked for a big company?
I've never worked for a big company. I've worked for a small company only.
All right. And is that by choice? You just prefer smaller?
Not by choice. Yeah, I don't have a chance. I
Okay.
didn't have a chance. Yeah.
It just worked out that way.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Great. Thanks for sharing. Anna Carolina, you're up next. Have you ever worked for a big company?
No, I have never worked for a big company.
Good. Good. Well, I worked for a big school district, if that counts. All right. And last up, Anna, have you ever worked for a big company?
Well, having into account that I've been working for the law court, it could be considered like a big company.
Yeah, just like a big school district, I'm sure.
Yes,
Very-
yes, is in my opinion, it's a difficult job because you have to deal with people who have many problems with the law. It's difficult to deal with them. Yes.
I can imagine that would be very challenging work.
Yes, yes, very stressful. You live bad situations sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably one of the hard parts of the job, I'd imagine.
Yes.
All right, great. And I believe that was everyone for this question. See about getting in one more. Um, would you like to start your own company? So this is a good one. And say why or why not. So Mustafa, you'll start this time. Would you like to start your own company?
I have never thought about starting my own company before, but why not? Like in future, we think like me and my friend like to start to begin like our own project and start our company. So it's a cool idea, I think. In the future, not right now.
Yeah, that's a really cool idea. So maybe in the
Yeah.
future we'll see that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to start your own company, but maybe you must first have the resources and everything prepared in order not to fail in your business. So it's not
Yeah.
like go with the flow because it's like a business and you might lose your money or something like that. It's like critical situation.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. You gotta have the resources to start the business because you won't make money that first couple of years.
Yeah, yeah, especially the market nowadays is not like stable like
Mhm.
before. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Great. All right, thank you. Good answer. Natasha, how about you? Would you like to start your own company?
To be honest, I have never dreamt about it. It's doesn't my dream. I like my job, and I no, I never thought about. I have never thought about it. But maybe in the my future, I'll change my mind, and I I will want to create something on the business, but I know that it's very big responsible not only for myself, like my own business, like my own money, but also it's in this case I will have a big responsible for my coworkers. We would have to obtain a nice salary, have insurance, and in this case, when people started their own business and they dream about a big company or middle company, they maybe have to think and remember about other people, which will be on these their because on their lives they will have influence by this job.
All right, very, very well said. Great. Share some of my own thoughts. I haven't really thought about it myself. It's not something that's interested
It's
me.
good idea. My husband, for example, always dream about his own business, but it doesn't mind dream.
Yeah, same with me. It's never been my dream.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting, interesting. Great, thanks for sharing. Philip, how about you? Have you ever considered or would you like to start your own company?
It would be excellent because with all the experience I had throughout my career, I'll bring it in. I'm sure I will succeed. But the problem is a lack of capital. So,
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Got to have the capital to get started. Um, yeah, that's the hard part. I think good. Yeah. But yeah, you're having years of experience at your back would certainly help starting your own company. Great, nice, good thoughts. Rebecca, how about you? Would you like to start your own company?
Oh yes, I would. Actually, I'm starting my own business right now. That is the reason I'm improving my English, and I am start a business related to wine.
Oh, so is it like a wine shop or a?
No, well, my family produce wine in Spain, so now I'm trying to find more clients around the world. You know, that will be my own business, but kind of freelance. You know, on my own.
Yeah. Wow, that's really cool.
Well, I'm trying. You know, at least I'm trying.
Yeah, trying the dream. That would be a great job, especially a freelance wine
Yeah.
job. I like it.
I just came to Russia last week, and I've been in Morocco 3 months ago, and now I'm planning to go to Germany, you know, so I like traveling, and in my previous jobs, I've never been really happy, so I took the decision to change, you know, my professional life, and right now I'm doing this.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a good inspiration.
Well, I have to recognize I have the support of my family. That is important, you know.
Nice. That's amazing. Good for you. Congratulations, and I hope it's all successful.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Back around to Ken. How about you? Would you like to start your own company?
I don't like to because I don't have a talent for that. But the current economic situation, asks to people more independent. So sometimes one choice, alternative choice is start on not a company but maybe business, self or become a self-employed. It's one option to survive here. So I wish I could have that skill
Yeah, that
or
definitely.
experience.
Good. Yeah, it definitely seems like a certain skill set that it takes to start your own company. Not easy. Yeah, and maybe a better route is to be self-employed rather than having a large company that employs others. Interesting. Good. I wish I had those skills too. All right. Thank you, Ken. Anna Carolina, how about you? Would you like to start your own company?
No.
And why not?
Okay. Once before I thought about it because I wish I could own a gym, but then I became a dentist, and it's it's about to be a lot of work, to hire someone, to have to pay wages, and to to do inventories, and to balance the books, and all those things. Then I'd rather work for someone else because I can count on my paycheck, and I just have to show up there and work, and then go home, and that's all. Less concerning.
Good. Yeah. Starting a business is like so much more work on top of the work you'd have to do anyway. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel the same. I would just prefer for someone else to find my students. Um, I don't have the skills to market myself. Great, good answer. Anna, how about you? Would you like to start your own company?
No, I don't think so, because in my opinion, at first it would be difficult until you could set your business with a lot of customer and you could obtain good profits. For me, this kind of work I've never felt secure about that, and I feel very stressful because you have to have a good look when you started a business, because some of them sometimes have to close because they are not successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a high rate of failure with businesses.
Yes.
Yeah, something that would scare me from starting my own also.
Yes.
Great, all right, nice, well said.
Okay.
And great, so last but not least, we have Carlos. Would you like to start your own company? Carlos, are you there?
It's a dream.
Yes.
Yes. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I think your mic was on mute. I can hear you now,
Okay.
so start over. Would you like to start your own company?
Yes. I think I like to start my own company, but I think that this is not the moment because I need to improve some skills. For example, be good seller, be organize the in a good way the bills, uh, search customers, uh, includes have or understand the law. I think that is important, and also gotta have good capital or money in order to support. I think in the beginning the loss. So it's very difficult. It's very stressful. So the person that wants to a company have to be very confident of that.
Yeah, definitely good points. So it's not something you can just start all of a sudden. You need to plan and prepare, and it's a lot of work. So maybe someday in the future. Great, good answer. All right, everyone. So I guess we're out of time here. There's many more questions, but we're out of time. So we'll stop there. But if you enjoyed this class, I do it at least once a week, and I'll continue doing it. So keep an eye on my profile page. And there's my camera's not working. There we go. Okay. And so that's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for participating. And have a great Saturday.
Thank you for the class,
Thank you.
teacher.
Thank you,
Bye.
teacher. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.